Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Misericordia men's soccer. Joining us is the head coach, Chuck Edkins. So, Chuck, high expectations on your own end, but the league has picked you. The coaches and stuff have said, "Hey, this team looks like they're going to be one of the top tier teams." That I'm sure you guys are putting the pressure on yourselves.
Yes, a little bit. Good morning, John. Thanks for having me. We've been working pretty hard during this preseason, but to be seeded number 2 at this point, or predicted to be number 2. Yes, that is a little bit of pressure for us. Obviously, getting knocked out in PKs in the semis last year, and then being knocked out in PKs in the NCAA tournament, we're striving to overcome that barrier and really work hard to get back to the conference tournament. And at the very least, be in the top 4. And if you're in the top 4, you've got a chance to win it. So we appreciate the thoughts of the coaches, giving our program the respect that says, hey, you guys should be in the top 4. So now it's up to us to live up to that pressure, I guess.
Chuck, can you talk about some heartbreaking losses that happens in the sport of soccer and many sports as well? But what were some things you focused on in the offseason and said we got to get a little bit better at this area of our game?
Yes, I think one of the things that's always important to us, obviously, is a fitness level and elevated level of strength, especially for our younger players. We had a good veteran core, but we had some younger players that were really contributing. And the difference between an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old physically is still pretty extreme. So that was an important focus for us in the off season. The other thing that we discussed, especially when guys went home, was the opportunity to get on a decent level club team or at least a college league team in order to play more. Again, losing the players that that we lost last year, you want to make sure that you've got some guys who are willing to step in and assume some roles, and we had some gaps to fill. And we really focused on those two things: the experience and the ability to become a little bit stronger going into the fall.
Chuck Edkins here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. So we talk Misericordia University Cougars men's soccer. Well, Chuck, let's talk first on the offensive end. Who do you expect the guys to be able to put the ball in the net?
Yes, well, we're relying on Nick Von Egypt, a senior for us. Nick has had a great career for us. He's been all-conference each of his 3 years here. He represented the U.S. this summer with several other all-region NSCAA all-region Division III players, and was over in Brazil playing there for 10 days. And you can definitely tell when he returned to us that that experience has paid off for him, both as a person and as a soccer player. So we're going to look for some good things from Nick. Obviously, we know people are going to be focused upon him with the accolades that here in last fall. But he's got some work to do for us, that's for sure. I think we've got some younger guys who might not be as proven in the point category, but have done some good things for us. Parker McCardle, junior out of Maryland, for us has really come quite a ways. He's been a great off the bench guy. He was our 12th man, I guess, last year, and really had done some good things for us. And we have some underclassmen. David Malaquias, as a sophomore, was an honorable mention selection last year in the conference, and can do some good things up front for us as well. I think we've got some overall team speed that they can get some things done for us too, and then we should be okay in terms of supporting. But what Nick did have a majority of the points last year, and we spread them out. We were a little democratic in our scoring, so no one really had a chunk of numbers. So we'll have to see what comes from that this year, and obviously that's a little bit of a question mark for us.
Misericordia University men's soccer here on the John Mendola Show. Chuck Edkins joining us. How about on the defensive end and your keeper? What kind of experience you have coming back there?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's one of our exciting points, one of our strengths. Barry Fitzgerald is a rising junior for us from New Jersey. Barry was a first-team All-Region selection last year, and he was a defensive player of the year. So obviously, to have him back is tremendous. And then, we've got some great experience in the back. Tim Ryan, a senior. Kevin Matlin, junior. Hunter Kesa, who's coming off missing last year with an ACL. Boy, he's really looked good in the preseason, came back fit. Robbie Wyachek, one of our captains. And then we've got some great depth out there, a sophomore Dante Ippolito and a junior Colin Snyder. So last year we were, I think, 11th in the nation in shutouts, and we had a .73 goals against. So that's something we take great pride in here is not giving up a goal. You know, if you don't give up a goal in a game, and three things can happen, a win, a loss, or a tie, I guess if you don't give up a goal, you got a 57% chance of some success. So we really take a lot of pride in what we do defensively.
Chuck, incoming freshman, always important to push along, and hopefully you can get a couple on the field if possible, and you want to get those good recruiting classes and have a little bit of balance out there. Tell us about how you felt your new incoming classes.
Yes, we've got a pretty good number. We brought in 13 new players. We have a local product in Nico Amity out of the Scranton area. Has really had a lot of great experience. Played with the Electric City Shock team this summer. Played with a couple of our former players, Andy Bush, former player of the year, and Joey Scanlon, another all-region player, and really gained some experience playing with some upper-level players. Has good pace, can put the ball in the back of the net, and has done some good things. Bailey Donaker is a back out of the Lancaster area. Brandon Dean might be one of his partners up and coming, and it's a pretty good group. I think all these young men are going to have a chance to contribute over their time here. Some a little bit quicker than others, but we do have a bit of a veteran crew coming back. We don't have to fully rely on a freshman. Boy, we really need this guy to make a difference. I think they can enhance us, no question about it. But I think they're going to have the opportunity to learn the ropes from a good group of young men who will help them to learn and develop as both people and players here at Misericordia.
Chuck Edkins, we're talking Misericordia men's soccer. Hey, let's hit the schedule now. Coach, tell us about the battles you're going to have early on.
Yeah, we jump right into it. Next weekend, we're going to head up to Plattsburgh, New York, and we'll compete against both Potsdam and Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh won their conference last year and went to the NCAA tournament. I believe we have 6 NCAA tournament teams, but our schedule may be 7. But we have Messiah, the national champion, and obviously a powerhouse at Division III level. York, Susquehanna, Scranton. We've got some schools that have played at that level, Dickinson. So, it's going to be a challenging schedule. I think we've always played a pretty good schedule, but obviously the addition of York and the Messiah piece that we had last year and have them again this year. I like our schedule. We're going to be challenged, and our young guys are going to have to figure some things out quickly. But I really do like the nature of the schedule. Our conference is a solid conference, and as we said, be selected number 2 is a great honor. But every conference game really is a battle. There's all teams I think have a legitimate shot to be in the top 4. So playing that strong out of conference schedule for us is very important, so we can be prepared when October rolls around.
Well, it should be an exciting season, and those of people that want to get out and check out Messiah Quality Program, and it's going to be a heck of a tumble in the back mountain there. That'll be on the weekend, September 27th, 1 o'clock start, Coach. So if people want to get out to check out that, among other games at Misericordia University. Look forward to hearing from you during the season.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Chuck Edkins, the head coach at Misericordia. The men's soccer team looking to be pretty strong this year here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.